Hi everyone. So welcome to the another video. So today in this video, we are going to see how to integrate our Jenkins to the GitHub, right? So we'll be writing the code and we'll be pushing the code to any repositories like a GitHub or GitLab or Azure, anything, right? So today we are going to see how we can use our GitHub to execute our code or our project in the Jenkins. Okay. So I have created one Postman collection simple GitHub repository. So here I have like a one collection file and one environment JSON file. So this is the one we are going to use. So the only changes what we are going to change is, so earlier the Jenkins were using as a username password of our GitHub account for authentication. So now they have changed to use the authentication token. Okay, so that is what we are going to see now. The way of, what they have changed now. So I'm just creating one sample test project. So this is our project selects as a freestyle project because this is, we don't want to use any Maven. This is simple Postman collections, which we are going to execute through the Newman. So this is a project. You can give some description or anything you want. So here we are going to select as a Git, and this is my GitHub repository link. So I'm just copying it and I'm just pasting it. So now earlier, like we have to provide the, we have to give that, provide the credentials that what we are using in the GitHub, right? So this is basically my GitHub account. This is my password, right? So as soon as you select this one, you can see fail to connect the repository, right? So it is returning as a status code 128. And if you read this now, starting from the August 13, 2021, right? So support for password authentication was removed from the GitHub. So please use the personal access token instead, right? So if you want to refer what, details about how to use the personal token, then we can go to this URL and you can check it, right? So now, since they have told like we have to use this personal access token, right? So you have to go to your GitHub account and you have to generate the token for your account. So now for that one, just go to the settings. So under you can go to the developer settings. And here you can go to the personal access token, right? So here you can see I have created some token, right? So I can delete this one and I can go for a create new token. Okay. So which will ask you the password. So once that is done, then you have to provide, why you are creating this one. I'm just giving as a testing purpose or testing use. Okay. And I'm just going to setting as a 7 days of expiration days, and I'm selecting the activity that I'm going to do here. So you can select the activity that you want to do. Like for example, this is the post status, everything, right? So if you want to delete package or you want to provide like admin public key, select the things that you are applicable. That you are going to use this token for all the activities, and simply click on the generate token. Okay. So now the token will be generated. This is my token. Do not use this token for your use case. I will delete right after this video. Okay. So I'm just copied this one. So now what changes we have to make it here. So here you just paste this token and put the @. Okay. So now if you select this one, so it has to be like this. You have to paste your token @github.com. Okay. This is how the GitHub, the Jenkins is expecting to use the personal access token instead of using the credentials. Okay. And make sure in the credentials part, you are selecting as a none. Okay. Now we can see there are no errors, right? So what we'll do, we will simply save this project. Okay. So we'll just build the project. Let's see that connections is happening from the Jenkins to GitHub is or not. Jenkins is able to access our GitHub repository or not. It is able to clone repository or not. Okay, so here you can see, it is able to see, it is able to clone the repository successfully, right? There are no errors at all, right? This is how we have to use the personal token. So this is my token, which I have generated from my GitHub account, right? So if you want to delete, you can delete right after this meeting or right after the use case that you try, right? So that is a thing like it was able to establish the connection successfully. Now we want to check we are able to, and you can configure your things and you can run and collection, simple one. So I have all what we got passed. So source code, this is a one, and I need npm to be installed earlier to running this. So I'm running on the Windows machine. I'm just going with the Windows batch command. So this is a newman command which will execute my collection and respective environment variables. So I'm just saving this project, and I'm going for a build now option. So now this is my second build. If I go to console, yeah, the connection established is done with the GitHub, and it has started executing my collection. And you can see, I mean, it has executed the newman command here, right? So newman run collection and the respective environment JSON, and you can see this is my collection name, and there were 3 methods which is executing successfully, and you can see some characters are coming, right? So if you want to ignore this command, I mean this kind of characters, and if you want to get the newman report to be on the project, I mean to be on the Jenkins console, so there are 2 options where you can do. If you want to on this, I mean set up in the configure level where you can set up like this. So it's just a Unicode. You want to disable those Unicodes. Okay, so it is kind of like the encoding fun. So for that, you can directly either do it in the command or the batch, this one, right? So the command that you pass, right? So here, what we can do, we can provide -- disable -Unicode. Okay. So when you pass this, it will execute. It will disable those Unicode. That is, I mean, some chunk characters are coming in the console, right? So now I'm going for a build now. Again, the build 3 will execute now. Yeah, it has started now. So additionally, we are sending this disable Unicode, right? So now you can see there are no, I mean, the chunk characters are coming. So now you can see the newman report also in the console, right? So this is one way where you can add this command to your newman command, and you can run them. If you don't want to do that, then you can simply go to your. So I have installed the Jenkins installer option. So if you are using war file, I mean, it is same when you start the Jenkins, you have to pass this particular command. That command I will tell you now. So if you have installed the Jenkins installer, then go to this Jenkins XML document. Just go to the edit option. So here in this executable tag, right? So here, if you see, we have this under this argument. So here, what you have to pass, just pass this. So even before this jar, right? So here, right after here, just put a -d file.encoding. Okay, so equal to UTF8. Okay, then make a space and give like a -jar. I mean, so only these things we are adding. Okay, so -d. This is the only statement we are adding here. Okay, make sure that you are giving the space before and after. Okay, so when you save this, and the thing is, you have to restart the Jenkins. Okay, so if this change, if you want to get effective to a Jenkins, no, you have to stop the entire Jenkins process, and you have to start them. So for stopping the complete Jenkins shutdown, right? So you can go to the CMD, and you can open this as an administrator. So once you open this terminal as administration, now you have to tell net stop Jenkins. Okay. So when you do this, the Jenkins service will stop automatically. Now you can see the Jenkins service is stopping. It is stopped successfully. Now if you just refresh here, it will be, I mean, you will be getting nothing. So since we have stopped the Jenkins service, you can see it is nothing is coming, right? So you have to start the Jenkins. I mean, it's a kind of force stop, right? So since we made the changes in Jenkins XML, so here we have to start the Jenkins. Okay. So when you start this, again, you have to refresh the browser, I mean, the localhost browser. It will take some time because we have completely shut down the service. So it will take some like a 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes it will take. So once that is done, then you can execute the code and you can check the chunk characters is not coming on the console. Okay, so we'll wait for the Jenkins to up. So after some time now, you can see the Jenkins is started. So we'll wait for some time. Okay, it is taking some time to launch restart the Jenkins. But these are the two options, right? So if you want to, remove those junk characters, you have to either use disable-unicode that you can send along with your command. Otherwise, you can use this dfile.encoding UTF8, right? So either way, you can use them. So since this is my Jenkins is taking much time, I'm just ending this video. Okay, so if you guys have any comments or any doubts, no, please feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you, guys.